to pull out next year, but I think we all know that's not going to happen.
James, I forgot to check before we hit the airwaves this time. Surely in our last 4 years of doing New World Next Week, I feel that maybe we've reported on the record output of opium. So I'm assuming that's going to happen, and I'm assuming we'll include that in the show notes, just as well your recent work on the Gladio B operations. And yeah, a link of, Geraldo talking to the troops about guarding the drugs. In a somewhat related note, James, it struck me when we first mentioned the United Nations. I thought, oh, wait, there was some other story this past week at the United Nations. So we'll include that in the relateds from Al Jazeera. U.S. and Israel lose UNESCO voting rights. Both countries stopped paying the UN agency in protest over a 2011 UNESCO decision granting membership to Palestine. So we'll leave that like the other trails that we always do for folks to go research for themselves. Like I said, we'll include all the links for you to check this out. A way for you to get involved in submitting stories, we mention as well using hashtag New World Next Week on Twitter. And one of our favorite story submitters is on Twitter at GJ Salisbury. And he submitted our second story this week. British spy agency GCHQ set up a faked LinkedIn and Slashdot pages to plant malware. German newspaper Der Spiegel reports that the British spy agency GCHQ set up faked LinkedIn and Slashdot pages to plant malware within Belgacom, a Belgian telecommunications company. Using a method called quantum insert, the GCHQ was reportedly able to preempt legitimate access to the websites, redirecting the employees to fake sites that compromised their computers. Der Spiegel reports that the GCHQ and, lest we forget, the NSA were also able to infiltrate the Vienna headquarters of the Organization of Petroleum Exporting Companies, countries. It's a Freudian slip there, perhaps, OPEC. The report is the latest based on documents provided by whistleblower Edward Snowden. So, the back end. On September 20th, Der Spiegel reported that GCHQ hacked Belgium